funny how stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I send to you all what I intend to attract. I send to you all what I expect to attract. I send to you all what I know I am attracted. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Activation of one and all. Hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. Emanating and radiating in the highest version, highest frequency, highest authenticity of the person you feel within yourself. I'm feeling great. I'm really feeling wonderful. I started my day immediately, as soon as I rose. Upon my grand rising, my day started right at that moment, because I didn't waste no time to play with my time in this time that I have to get in the highest space that I'm gonna be and try to hold it throughout the entire day, if not elevate even higher. Somebody will catch it. Every level has new experiences, family, whichever way we're going. If we're not here, integrated and balanced in the polarity of dualism, then whichever way we're going, every level has new experiences. It's just funny how when we forced to be still, we forced to look at ourselves. What made me think upon that, because the way weather works, weather had a way of forcing us to be still sometimes, unless we're gonna go out in it. We got a choice to make. Either we're gonna sit, depending on how bad it is, either we're gonna sit still, regardless of what we gotta do, or we're gonna go out in it to do what we gotta do. I point that out because I had some errands to run. And I just finished my spiritual bath, my sea salt, my Florida water, so forth, like my lavender, doing how Sawu do, for Sawu, spiritual healthcare and spiritual warfare, because we got vampires out there, so you got to keep yourself protected and guarded in every area. But after taking my spiritual bath and, starting to prepare, because I ain't, starting to prepare to get myself together. I was about to say too much. To make my exit. Something told me to do a video, but my higher self told me to do a video. I'm like, man, I got things to do, man. I could do it later, after 5. My higher self said, do a video. So this rest will take place. But at the moment I acknowledge it, what my ego doing and what my higher self doing, I already know what I have to do for those who catch it. So I'm here doing this video. But I'm gonna say it again, when we forced to sit still, we forced to look at ourselves. Well, we don't have to be forced to sit still. We can apply necessary disciplines and do necessary practices, mentally and physically, to get us in a place of stillness, to where what I call in our body. We're able to use our head, but be fully in the body, instead of being fully in your head and out your body. A lot of times when I found myself in that scenario, I was getting into some trouble. I was getting into something that I ain't had no business, because I wasn't aware of what was going on within me, because I was in my head. Somebody will catch you. Don't divide and conquer yourself. The world we living in play enough divide and conquer games, and been playing enough divide and conquer games on us as a collective, a humanity collective, a humane collective for eons. To the point that we play them amongst us, we play them in ourselves, and then we play them amongst each other. But every level has no experiences. Storms teach us when we can sit down in the middle of adversity. I'm using storms with the scenarios that take place in our life. Why is it easier to sit still in weather? So I'm going to pose it through a question. I'm using storms to reflect different scenarios that take place in our life. So in the form of a question, why is it easier to sit still in the middle of an adversity, like a weather storm, but can't sit still in our personal storms? Like a child, don't know what to do. Make me think of Natiri and Avatar telling Jay, like a baby, don't know what to do. So if you're gonna follow me out into these woods, I'm gonna train you how I can train you. And if you gripe and can complain, you can go on back where you came from. Cause it's survive or die. Why is it easier to sit in the middle of a weather storm, but don't know how to hold fast in our personal storms? That's something to think about, family. And the more we pay attention, the more we become aware, the more we become introspective. We start to see many things that we didn't previously see. We learn how to get out the hamster wheel. If everybody woke, while we still can't have the uncomfortable conversations that we need to have, if everybody woke. Because now's the time that we need to have them, if everybody woke. But when I examine that, the reality is everybody not woke. People ain't, everybody not healing. Some people ain't even start healing. That's neither here nor there. It's just an acknowledgement. It's just my observation. Distractions will distract you. That prevents growth. That prevents healing. Remember, we're in a divide and conquer world. Everywhere you go, you got to split yourself apart just to decide what you want. If you're going, example, if you're going in a restaurant, you got a menu. If you want to purchase a car, you quote unquote got a menu. You got a big selection. Everywhere you go, you got a big selection. Everything is meant to divide and conquer. Somebody will catch it. How well do you know your enemy? Meaning, how well do you know your inner you? I know my enemy well, my inner me. I'm moving in love, so if I got an enemy, that's they bad, because they just don't know better. But my inner me, I try to know it very well. I try to listen to the voice within me a lot more. I meditate continuously. We still meditating. You know, I exercise to help me release toxicity from within me and from around me. Faith takes vision to see the outcome before the outcome. When I look at what that says, when it said what it said to me, and I wrote it down, faith takes vision to see the outcome before the outcome. And we may have don't heard that said in some way or another, but this is how it comes out of me. Faith takes vision to see the outcome before the outcome. And why that meant so much to me, because I wasn't supposed to be here today. If it would have been up to what people said about me and what people foreseen about me, and me succumbing to those suggestions, those thoughts, those outbursts in some cases, I would have never been sitting here before y'all sharing the messages that I'm able to share with the level of wisdom that's involved in it, based off my life experiences and things that we all experience. So with that being said, I want to say this. When people who don't mean you well see your potential, especially see your potential before you do, eventually it will teach you how to discover yourself. That's what the operations of life, that's what the energies of life showed me. It taught me how to discover myself. Through the projections, through the forecast that I hadn't forecast for myself. Some of y'all gonna relate to this. But when people who don't mean you well and see your potential before you do, and you go through the necessary experiences that will eventually allow you to see your own potential, you will discover it has taught you how to discover yourself. Because the things that people may have projected upon us won't resonate with us in the ways that they did when we were still learning, when we first started out learning this thing called life, and who we gonna be in it, and how we gonna live with it. Because we gotta learn how to live with life. Before we can live in life, we gotta learn how to live with life. And it's a lot of us still learning how to do that, including myself. If you keep picking the same roads, family, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. If you keep picking the same roads, you're gonna see the same things. But when you decide to take a different route, you give yourself a chance to see something that you never did before. You give yourself a chance to see something new. But it was there around you all the time. Somebody will catch you. Walking how you talking. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Feel good for no reason at all. Thank you for the like, shares, comments, subscribes. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Telegram, you hear me? Salud to God. Peace.